Well, today, Rural Metro responded to this massive fire near Yuma Palms Mall. The Yuma Fire Department was called in to help put out the fire. Rural Metro saying that a brush fire spread to an auto parts store. One person was taken to the hospital for burns, and two Rural Metro firefighters were injured. On top of all the smoke in the area, officials say that the fire caused power outages. The cause of the original fire is still under investigation.
And also developing tonight, one person is dead and three others have been injured after a crash in West Phoenix. Sky 12 was over the scene tonight near 78th Avenue and Indian School just after 7. We also have a crew live at the scene right now. These are live pictures. Phoenix police tell us the three people who were taken to the hospital are expected to survive. No word on what caused the crash. Police say Indian School will be shut down in all directions as they continue this investigation.
New at 10, as we approach Mother's Day weekend, one Valley mom is left heartbroken after her son was killed.
Police say he was killed when another driver ran a red light. That driver didn't have a license. Tonight, 12 News journalist Bianca Bono explains how this grieving mother is fighting for justice.
That was him in Afghanistan.
Sherry Casper is a proud mom.
It was 101st Airborne, the Rock of Sons. And these were all his medals.
And her son, Brandon Wallace, was a proud Army veteran, deployed in the Middle East after 9/11.
It must have been such a relief for you when he came home.
Came home, yes. Oh, yes. That's the thing, he went to work, came home, and then he's here riding a bike, and then he's gone.
On September 15th last year, Brandon was riding his e-bike in Mesa along the canal, something he did frequently. But when he entered into the crosswalk near University Drive, police say a woman driving a car ran through a red light and hit him. Brandon, 42 years old at the time, was rushed to the hospital.
In my heart, I just knew he wasn't going to bounce out of it.
In the meantime, according to a Mesa police report, officers learned the driver, Leslie Adali Martinez Velasquez, did not have a license. Records show she initially told police that she possessed a driver's license in Mexico, but had no proof. She later admitted she's never obtained a license in any jurisdiction. The report says she was allowed to leave the scene because police did not believe Brandon's injuries were life-threatening. But a week later, he died in the hospital.
I'll never be the same, but I don't want this anger to take over. All I want is someone to do their job.
Police then continued their investigation into the now fatal crash, finding that Martinez Velasquez was driving 34 miles per hour at impact. In October of last year, Mesa Police submitted its case against her to the county attorney's office, recommending she be charged with causing death by use of a vehicle, a Class 4 felony. But 7 months later, that still hasn't happened.
My heart, my family forgives the driver, but, be accountable.
A spokesperson for the county attorney's office declined to answer questions about the status of the case, only saying that it is still under review.
That's Brendan's heartbeat.
As for Sherry,
So I can put it on my heart.
weekends like this upcoming one, where most are celebrating Mother's Day, feel heavy.
You just try to find things to do, keep him alive.
Despite dealing with health issues of her own, she has vowed to stay strong for Brandon, doing whatever it takes to get him justice.
Brandon served you guys, protected you, your country. It's time for you to protect him.
And Brandon also leaves behind a teenage son. Now, one thing that's helped Brandon's family in their grief, his organs were donated, and we're told he saved at least 4 lives. We'll continue to follow any developments in this case and report them to you as we learn more. In the newsroom, Bianca Bono, 12 News.
Bianca, thanks. We're following some breaking news in North Phoenix right now. A woman has died after a house fire near 36th Street in Cactus. These are live pictures from the scene.
Phoenix Fire telling 12 News that firefighters were called to the home at about 9 p.m. Crews quickly made their way inside the home, where they were able to find the woman and bring her outside, but she has died since.
Firefighters have been able to put the fire out, but they say they don't know what caused it. Be sure and stay with 12 News and 12news.com for the latest on the fire.
Arizona teachers taking to the streets of downtown Phoenix today to fight for school funding. Educators held a rally demanding that lawmakers approve what they're calling a clean renewal of Prop 123. That is a measure that passed nearly a decade ago that directs funding to public schools. However, it expires this year, putting hundreds of millions of dollars at risk if the legislature doesn't take action.
Everybody that's in Arizona wants to ensure that every student in public schools has a quality education, and that includes quality staff. And when we can't afford to pay our staff, we can't keep quality staff in our schools.
The issue is one of the major items on the agenda for the legislature when they get back to work at the end of the month.
Well, it's graduation season in the Valley, and tonight, only on 12 News, an incredible success story. A West Valley mother of 3 who experienced homelessness when she was a teenager was one of the many to get their degree. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly was at tonight's graduation and has this woman's story of perseverance.
More than 500 graduates from Estrella Mountain Community College walked across the stage tonight. All of them have gone through so much to be here, especially Michelle Solano.
How does it feel to be here today?
It feels great. Long time coming. I'm very proud of myself for it.
Born and raised in Avondale, Michelle Solano is the first in her family to graduate from college. A moment she has been working toward for years.
It's very hard and stressful, especially being a young kid.
At just 15 years old, Michelle was kicked out of her parents' home, forced to take care of herself.
And I was kind of bouncing around from house to house.
She continued going to high school, working part-time to get by. Then during her senior year, right before she was set to graduate, Michelle dropped out, needing to work full-time. It was also around that time when she became pregnant with her first child.
And I had to stop working because I got sick a lot, so I lost my apartment.
Forcing her to live out on the street once again. The only help she had was from her grandparents.
They were always there for me, even as I was struggling as a single mom.
Michelle then began working full-time as a custodian at Estrella Mountain Community College. It was there when she became inspired to go back to school and earn her GED. Over the years, she continued to work and raise her 3 kids. But she always wanted to continue her education. What pushed her to keep going was her kids.
My youngest one wasn't about to graduate. She just wanted to work. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to show her that I can go to school and work a full-time job.
With Michelle taking night classes and working during the day, she finally made it.
So grateful and happy.
Getting her associate's degree, walking across the stage with her kids cheering from the crowd and her grandparents close to her heart.
They both passed away recently, but I wanted to honor them. Sorry.
You're okay.
They would be very proud.
From here, Michelle plans on transferring to NAU to get her bachelor's degree, wanting to prove to her kids and others who may be going through what she did that anything is possible.
I want to show them that, you know, they can achieve the dreams that they want as well.
In Glendale, Chase Golightly, 12 News.